We live in a time of uncertainty, stress, anxiety, and a feeling of losing control have become the norm. We desperately search for quick fixes and productivity hacks, but what if the answer lay not in the future, but in the distant past? Over 2,000 years ago, thinkers in ancient Greece and Rome developed a philosophy not for academics, but for ordinary people. A philosophy of resilience, inner peace, and virtue. Its name? Stoicism. In this video, we'll delve into the keys to this ancient wisdom and discover how it can still radically transform your life today. Stoicism isn't a complex theory, it's a way of life, a mental toolkit. Its masters weren't just philosophers, but a Roman emperor, Marcus Aurelius, a wealthy playwright, Seneca, and a former slave, Epictetus. What they had in common? The conviction that we don't control external events, the weather, the actions of others, the economic climate, but we do control one thing, our response to those events. Happiness doesn't come from what happens to you, but from your judgment of what happens to you. Stoicism is often misunderstood. People think of it as a lack of emotion, a clinical coldness. In reality, it's quite the opposite. Stoicism isn't a complex theory reserved for university lecture halls. It's a true way of life, a mental toolkit designed to navigate the chaos of human existence. What's immediately striking is the diversity of its masters. Its leading figures weren't reclusive monks or academics cut off from the world. Imagine Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man of his time, emperor of Rome, ruling a vast and tumultuous empire. In contrast, Epictetus, who began his life as a slave, beaten and owned by others. And between the two, Seneca, a wealthy playwright, influential politician, and advisor to emperors. What did they have in common? A radical, simple, and powerful conviction. We do not control external events. The weather, the actions of others, traffic, the economic climate, even our own long-term physical health. All of this is, fundamentally, beyond our direct control. We waste an incredible amount of energy trying to bend the world to our will. But the Stoics remind us that we control only one thing, our response to these events. The first and perhaps most powerful key to Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. The Stoics ask us to rigorously separate what is within our control from what is not. Much of our modern anxiety stems from exhausting ourselves trying to control the uncontrollable. By focusing solely on your own actions, intentions, and reactions, you instantly regain your power. As Epictetus said, it is not things that disturb men, but their judgments about things. Imagine the weight you can lift from your shoulders simply by applying this rule. How do you train yourself in this philosophy? Through daily practice. The Stoics used meditation not to empty their minds, but to prepare them. In the morning, they anticipated the day's challenges. Marcus Aurelius prepared himself to meet boring, dishonest, or ungrateful people, reminding himself that their behavior was beyond his control. In the evening, they reviewed their day, noting their mistakes, their successes, and how they could have acted more virtuously. This simple routine transforms each day into a mental training session. Theory is all well and good, but how does one actually practice this philosophy of life? The answer lies in two words: daily practice. Stoicism is not passive. It is constant mental training, a gymnasium for the mind. The Stoics used a form of meditation, but not to empty their minds of all thought. On the contrary, they used it to prepare them, to arm them against the inevitable frictions of the world. The most important ritual took place in 2 stages. In the morning, pre-meditation. Before even setting foot on the ground, they anticipated the challenges of the day ahead. Marcus Aurelius, in his famous Med, the third key, is perhaps the most difficult, amor fati, or love of fate. Instead of simply accepting what happens, the Stoics invite us to embrace fate, to love it. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to practice virtue, patience, or courage. As Seneca said, fire tests gold, misfortune tests courageous men. Stoicism doesn't promise a life without pain. It promises a life in which pain doesn't destroy you. You become resilient, unshakable in the face of adversity. Stoicism isn't a magic bullet, it's a commitment. It's choosing inner peace in the face of outer chaos. The tools are simple, but applying them requires discipline. The question isn't whether this ancient wisdom is relevant today, but whether you're ready to apply it. Start today. Identify what you can control. Reflect on your actions. Embrace your destiny. If you're ready to begin this journey, subscribe to the channel for more videos on ancient wisdom. Leave a comment to share which key you'll apply first. Thank you for watching, and may virtue guide your steps.